Hello, Buzz Beeman here to tell you what's on deck in episode 18 of TC Streets. We have clips of the twins playing wiffle ball on a yacht. We have card tricks with Dirk Decker. Crowds hit the deck as bullets fly and ice deck citizens for no apparent reason. If that weren't enough, we have today's forecast with sunny weathers, the events calendar previewing a show by the Destroyer of Fate, and finally, a restaurant review by Me, Myself, and I. So pop a microdose, put on your bulletproof vest, and turn on your police scanners. It's TC Streets time. Hello, Bob Sawbuck Builder here from St. Paul's Chamber of Commerce. Here in St. Paul, we believe in circular monetary policy that flows to and fro between the profit and nonprofit sector. If you doubt our commitment, just take a look at this example on 7th Street. Starting on our left, we have a thrift store / sex store combo next to a liquor store. Pop in, grab an outfit, maybe a sex toy or two, grab a pint next door, and head out to make some real money. Once you've made that money, hit the meth or fentanyl dealer and while away the rest of the night. When you awake in the morning, pop into the nonprofit listening house for a cookie and coffee. Talk with a counselor, maybe get a few hot tips on dealers and johns. Now you're getting a little pep back in your step. If you have some spare money, head next door and pick up a joint at the marijuana dispensary. Now you're back on your game. Hit the corner and make a few bucks with a sign or some skin. Then you're back at the liquor store. You've come full circle. Well, not quite. You only truly come full circle if you've ruined your clothing or lost your sex toys. Most of the time, you can swing a few days with those. Finally, a few patrons are known to break the circle, though they tend to keep contributing to the economy through local rehab centers, police interaction, and/or jail time. So next time you see your fellow citizens sleeping or milling around the bus stop next to the Friendship House, give them a thumbs up. And if you're from out of town, throw them a few bucks and contribute to St. Paul's circular economy. Well, what do we have here? It's one of St. Paul's most colorful characters. It's none other than the Carless Pimp. Over the years, the Carless Pimp has managed to keep his cool among the listening house crowd and a small cadre of St. Paul socialites. His silver tongue, grit, and legendary use of the empty gas can con have contributed heavily to St. Paul's profit and nonprofit circular economy. In his prime, it's rumored the Carless Pimp had a staff of 25. Between speeding tickets, prostitution, bail, jail, gas, snacks, drugs, and the occasional DUI, the Carless Pimp generated well over $400,000 in St. Paul's circular economy. As you can see, those glory days are over. He blames the internet. Never a man of muscle, once the dark and not so dark web emerged, the Carless Pimp's services became superfluous. Without that constant churn of money, it was just a matter of time before a visit from the repo man. Always a man who can think on his feet, the Carless Pimp managed to grab the empty gas can out of the trunk. He's been working the empty gas can con ever since. Once in a blue moon, he'll sweet-talk a woman on a bender into renting one of St. Paul's electric cars to take him on a spin around the cities. But in general, he works the gas can con in low-level commerce with the young suburban crowd. Ever the industrious character, it's estimated the Carless Pimp is still generating nearly $100,000 annually in St. Paul's circular economy. We at the Chamber of Commerce estimate the Carless Pimp will strut St. Paul for approximately 5 more years before succumbing, though it's tough to truly get a handle on his circumstances. They say he has a beef with the wizard. Something about a cape. So if you're in St. Paul and are in need of some low-level commerce or just want to take a tour in one of our electric vehicles, find the Carless Pimp. You could do worse. Hello, Hello, Buzz Beeman here. Today we are very excited to be reviewing the Stromboli at Freddy's Red Sauce Supreme. Everywhere I'm going, I'm hearing Freddy's Stromboli, Freddy's Stromboli, Freddy's Stromboli, Freddy's Stromboli. The last time I had Stromboli, I was a cub reporter in New York City, out on a blind date. I wonder whatever happened to Roxy. I thought we were hitting it off, when halfway through her Stromboli, she said, "I have diarrhea," and ran towards the restroom, never to return. Ah, to be young and have a girlfriend who can chew. Those were the days. Well, here's the Stromboli. My mouth is watering, and for some odd reason, my loins are tingling. Maybe Roxy. Now that's a spicy meatball.
The riots. It was the summertime. The fires came close to me and mine. I was driving a bus. I felt it coming. Anger, anger, anger. We had to move the buses down to the Southport Airport. 5,000 buildings. And then there was COVID. All over the world, fear. All over the world, I used to have a busy bus, but then 2 Mondays later, I was the only one on my bus until a guy came on, 7th and Nicollet, speaking in tongues. He never stopped. I screamed when my bus was empty. Sometimes I'd sing operetta out in St. Louis Park.
As I was falling off the ladder, I wondered if God had intended for me to climb that 30-foot ladder. When I woke, my wife told me that God wasn't involved. She said, "You've always been an idiot." My friend Sad Luck Charlie won a $10,000 scratch-off last week. It was the first time he ever won anything. He celebrated by overdosing. The press and psychologists are relentlessly analyzing President Trump's behavior. Some of the analysis is very complex and often contradictory. My analysis is much simpler. Just ask yourself, how would I act if I had a full diaper? With the advent of Wegovy and pill form, federal and state janitors unions are demanding a 20% pay raise, setting a 25% increase in workload. They state the below-the-knee work involved in restroom cleaning is comparable to a cholera epidemic. On the upside, tax returns from underwear sales have skyrocketed. I met with my psychiatrist yesterday and asked her if she had any hope. She said, "Yes, I have hope, but not for you." There are some dangerous ideas out there. AI convinced my physicist friend that he had no free will. This made my friend's psychiatrist superfluous. Another job lost to AI. Water, wind, and sun, we've got it all with the weathers. Hello, I'm Sunny Weathers, and I'm here today to report about the hot weather out there. We're going to go out there, and we're going to fry an egg with Timmy out there today. Timmy's one of those Boy Scout kids who knows how to do this sort of thing. We're going to fry an egg. It's hotter than 5 witches' titties today. We're giving it 5 witches' titties out there today. Let's go find Timmy. We're going to go fry that egg now. Be safe out there. Sunny Weather signing off saying, I need a long, tall, Long Island iced tea right now. Is your dog down in the dumps, spending hours alone on the couch while you're at work? Why not buy it an AI lover? For a mere $2,000, your dog can pleasure itself endlessly while you're away at work. Simply program your TV and let a beautiful dog of your choice appear on screen, tail wagging and seductive barks sounding. Throw a little of our patented sex perfume, Dog Heat, onto the right size plushie, and Fido is off to the races. When you come home, simply turn off the TV. We recommend leaving the plush toy in place and fill Fido's dog bowl. When Fido decides to have dinner, put on some latex gloves, sneak by Fido, throw his plush lover into the wash. Simply wash, dry, rinse, and repeat, day after day. And as an added benefit, often your dog will be so exhausted you may be able to skip that evening walk. You say, but my dog is neutered. We at Dog Heat answer, get a new one. There are plenty out there. So if Fido's fallen out of form and needs a little pick-me-up, pick up the phone and dial Dog Heat. Because it's easy. Hey, Toyota, I'd like to go to Bright Diamond Jewelers. I'm sorry. Gene Fernrustler said you aren't allowed to go there. Hey, Toyota, please take me to 3732 Boogie Woogie Avenue. You can't go there. Gene Fernrustler doesn't want to see you. Hey, Toyota, take me to Roy Johnson's residence. I'm sorry. It's been 4 years since Roy has lived there. Okay. Hey, Toyota, take me to Fun City. No, you're 86th from Fun City. Gene Fernrustler says, go home. You won't bother anyone there. And now we're pleased to welcome St. Paul's Poet Laureate, Stan Batunia. Thank you. This is my newest poem, Ballet. The elegant leaf making its last fall before it resumes work. Hello, this is Sheila Ernster, and I'm here to sing the praises of Dua Foot Lubricant. With Dua Foot Lubricant, even the most feisty, well-endowed orderly will leave you unchafed.
We legally obtained a large amount of beautiful crude oil. I guess we're pirates now. So instead of a ballroom, we'll be building a great big beautiful oil refinery on the East Wing. Here's the deal. You pull up your big beautiful tanker truck, you fill it with crude oil, you give me $1 million, and you're on your way. Winner, winner, chicken dinner for everybody. God, I love chicken dinners. All kinds of chicken dinners. Chicken tenders, chicken nuggets, chicken fingers. Didn't know chickens had fingers. Fried chicken, broasted chicken. What the hell is broasted chicken anyways? It's not broiled. It's not roasted. Why do they call it broasted?
Buzz Beeman here. Now that humanity has worked itself into a frenzy and is restlessly waiting for a large spasm of population dwindling violence, I'd like to take this time to remind our viewers that we're fully stocked with these high-quality t-shirts. I don't want to beg, but how about a little support? We'd like to go out with our heads held high. Is a little dignity too much to ask? Picture you upon my knee, just T for two and two for two. Me for you and you for me alone. Picture you upon my knee, just T for two and two for two. Me for you and you for me alone. Picture you upon. Roses are red, violets are blue. Let's stick together, me and you. When we awake, lying in bed, smiles on our faces, nothing is said. Roses are red, violets are blue. Let's stick together, me and you. Well, that was a whopper. From Stromboli to St. Paul Circular Economy, we've covered all the bases. At this time, TC Streets would like to thank the unarmed army that is keeping our streets safe, and gently remind our viewers that Germany was the most educated country in the world when Hitler rose to power. P.S. Release the files.